bankruptcy isn't the end.
The legal world can be a very, very difficult and complicated world, and I don't want that for my clients.
Call today and let Heidi help you with this new beginning. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard is here to meet all your prescription and healthcare needs. Pharmacist Darren Smith and the experienced staff provide fast, reliable service with the professionalism you expect. With friendly service and a commitment to quality care, Hometown Pharmacy is proud to serve the Hazard community every day. Ask about their new app. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard, quality care, professional service right here in your community.
Do what? No. No, but I will our next game. Just come on down. Oh, was those guys working today? Beat all I ever seen. He's like little.
Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard is here to meet all your prescription and healthcare needs. Pharmacist Darren Smith and the experienced staff provide fast, reliable service with the professionalism you expect. With friendly service and a commitment to quality care, Hometown Pharmacy is proud to serve the Hazard community every day. Ask about their new app. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard, quality care, professional service right here in your community.
This is News 12.
Since 1985, Hometown 24 has been serving this community with local programming produced by local people.
Hornet's going to air it out. He's got a man out here. Linden caught it to 45.
Using the latest video technology to bring you the news, sports, and local events that matter to you.
First on your Hometown News tonight.
I'm Harold Mullins, and thanks for joining us.
40 years is a long time in Eastern Kentucky. Here's to 40 more.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Welcome to the new Women's Health Clinic at Hazard ARH. Our expert team, led by OBGYN Dr. Ramon Thomas, nurse midwife Tanisha Blair, OBGYN physician assistant Crystal Gibson, and nurse practitioner Kristen Hurt. At ARH, we provide compassionate, personalized care for all women. From routine exams and birth control options to pregnancy care, menopause management, and minimally invasive surgery. Trust us with your women's health needs. ARH, more for Appalachia.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
Welcome to the Bank of Hyman Volleyball Game of the Week. We're here at Richard M. Nixon Center on the campus of Leslie County High School. We have a big 54th district battle between the Leslie County Lady Eagles, 12-1 on the season, against the Purry Central Lady Commodores, 4-8 on the season. I'm Manus Blair, and I'm joined by Coach Betty Von Cottle and Betts. Big 54th district rival, throw the records out of the book, and you know, with the atmosphere that we just saw in the JV game, right. I don't even know what to expect here. Well, I do. It's going to be a rowdy crowd.
And you're right. You throw the records out because it's a district rival, and you're looking at Leslie just come off of a big
emotional
defeat.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a deficit. They got beat by Knott County in the All-A, so they're coming off of that. And then you've got Purry that's wanting to prove something. So
with a new coach,
exactly,
Coach Neese.
Exactly.
And looks like we're going to do the national anthem. So when we come back after the national anthem, we'll talk a little bit more about Perry County Central and Leslie County in this big 54th District battle. So stay with us here on Hometown 24, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
September is saving season at Appalachian Wireless, so get an iPhone 14 for just a penny. Yeah, just 1 penny. Or how about $800 off select devices? Or even take $75 off prepaid phones. Do you need more? How about $1,000 off in savings when you bundle? Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just want a good deal, we've got something just for you. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us at AppalachianWireless.com to let us help you get connected today. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman Volleyball Game of the Week. And as we come back after the national anthem, we've seen Leslie County, Betty Vaughn. We really haven't seen Perry County Central. And, you know, with Perry County Central, you can't talk about Perry County Central without talking about Lila Sullivan as the setter who got the ball last year to Taylon Hoskins. And, of course, trying to find, and they were at Media Day, and we talked about who's going to replace Taylon Hoskins. So Perry Central, tough stretch right here. They have played some really tough teams in the last week and a half.
But you know what? During the season, I know when I coached, everybody wanted to win, but you got to get your teams ready for the tournament.
Right.
And that's the best way to do. You got to play competition that makes you play. And, yeah, you're going to win some and lose some. But your job right now is to get your teams ready for the district and the region.
And, you know, with Coach Neese being a first-year coach, and looks like she's done that. You know, they come off a win against Buckhorn, but prior to Buckhorn, they'd played Hazard. They'd played Pike Central away, Wolfe County away, and Johnson Central in the 2A sectional. So that's what you're talking about, Betty Vaughn. And in other words, you're toughing it up and you're seasoning up, but you got to have a few wins in there somewhere. And, you know, when we talk about Leslie County, like you said, coming off an emotional loss last night to Knott County Central in the finals of the All-A Classic at Buckhorn last night.
And, you know, you got to look at them, decide, are they going to come off flat-footed, or are they going to come out to play for revenge because they did get beat?
And Sullivan will start for Perry Central, and it'll be a service error point for Leslie County, thanks to Coach Washburn, who walked the new numbers up to us. We much appreciate it, and we always appreciate the coaches, ADs, and those people that provide that information to us.
Exactly, and there's a good crowd here.
Yes, Osborne with the serve. Goes all the way across, and it's going to be middle set, and that will be Hochstedler with the kill point, Leslie County. Of course, Hochstedler is a freshman, and she has really impressed us already in this short part of the season.
Yeah, she can hold her own at the net.
Goes in the middle, nice, hot, and that comes down, and that was a kill, and that was number 10, Lainey Davis, and We don't have really that much stats on Prairie Central. There's no stats on KHSAA. I was hoping to get some. We were unable to do that. That's going to be an ace. And we do not have a number 14 on my list, Bets. But that was a nice serve, and that makes it 2-2. We'll try to get those, get that information here in a second. Nice up, goes all the way across to Osborne, and that's going to come down. That's point Prairie County Central. And as you probably can hear over our mics, the crowds are, both sides are really into it already.
Right now, Leslie does not seem to be moving well without the ball.
Goes middle hit, and it's going to be free ball for Prairie Central.
That's a nice hustle.
Sullivan over to the outside hitter, nice up. Osborne across to Johnson, off the block, out of bounds, and it'd be point Leslie County.
That was a nice play.
Asher had it over there on the outside hit. And that's going to be a service error, point Prairie Central. And I can see Coach Hubbard has let his Leslie County Eagles over here to cheer on the girls tonight. And that's going to be out. And that's that was a nice serve, just out from our vantage point. Point Leslie County. Hochstedler to serve. That's going to be an overpass, and there it's going to be put down that time by Osborne. Point Leslie County. It was. And that's going to be an ace for Hochstedler. Hochstedler with 37 aces on the season. Campbell, the libero for Prairie County Central. Got to communicate there. That one just dropped over the net, Betty Vaughn.
It did.
Asher unable to pass it, and that's going to be point Leslie County, 7-4. Set number one. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. Manus Blair with Betty Von Cottle. And that one's going to go out. Campbell wisely let it go over top of her head. Point Prairie Central.
Yep, she just got a little bit of air under that ball, and it took off.
McGrainer will come in, and she will serve for Prairie Central.
And it's 7-5 Leslie.
And that's going to be service error. Point Leslie. Napier comes in as Osborne and Sizemore, they go out. Keenan Napier, along with Brock, goes out for Leslie County. Serve goes through. Cut shot, but there's Begley. Osborne short hits, and that's going to be point Leslie County, 9-5.
That's the thing. Osborne is such a good hitter. You're playing defense on her, and when she lets up, you know, it's hard to get back to that ball.
Serves goes across, McGrainer with it. Asher over to Sullivan. It goes across, free ball. Short set, and it goes over the top. Campbell unable to get it. Point Leslie County. Leslie County overcoming that slow start now.
They are. And that's been their big, what we've watched is they take off pretty fast.
They do, and that's service error, point Prairie County Central. Megan Asher will go back to serve. She had 53 aces last year.
And it was 10-6 Leslie.
And she played a lot as eighth grader. Man, she put a lot into that one.
She did. The air conditioner must have caught that one.
That was way out of here. Point Leslie County. Asher is a very strong individual. Campbell gets it across. Nice up. Goes back to Johnson, and it's going to be in, and that's point Leslie County.
And right now, the difference in the game is Leslie is just passing better than Perry.
Yeah, getting it to their setter.
Getting it to their setter, letting her do her job.
Yep. And Osborne, who is one of the best servers in the mountains. Short serve, Campbell. It's going to go wide, and that's point Leslie County.
And did you see Osborne went all the way to the line, so she knew that ball was out.
But, that's one of the things we'll talk about here in a second, how to do that. Campbell unable to contain it. Point Leslie County, 14-6. Now, do you teach your outside people to put your foot on that sideline, or is it an arm length? How do you teach that, Bets?
I taught mine to go to the line. That way you know it's out.
And that one's going to be hit. So our condition's working both ways, Betty Boy.
Exactly right.
Point Perry Central, 14-7. Set number 1. Campbell will serve for Perry County Central. Campbell is senior. Nice up. Back set. Osborne goes down, but there's Asher.
But that was a nice push to the corner.
Nice cut, and that's right on the line. You can't hit it no better than that. Point Perry County Central. And if somebody out there is watching and knows number 14, would you let us know? Type it in there and let us know. And Osborne unable to contain it. Nice serve, and that's going to be 14-9, Leslie. And that's going to go long, and that's going to be point Leslie County, 15-9. Hochstedler in for Osborne for Leslie County. Back to serve will be, nice knuckleball on that one, Bets.
It was.
Oh, and I think we're going to have, we're going to have a push.
Yep.
That's going to be a point for Perry Central.
And you're going to get that. These refs are going to call that a lot when you push that ball.
And is that more true on the first or second hit, or is that not so much on the second and third? How do you?
The third hit is the one that they will just about call,
or the one
95% of the time. If you push it over, if it has any rotation or your body is not lined up, they're going to call They're going to call push.
Sullivan with the service ace, 15-11, Leslie County. Set number 1. Nice over the top. Osborne gets it up, but it's going to be an overpass, and that's going to be a point Perry Central. Sullivan is a senior.
From Perry done her job. She got right where the ball was, jumped up, and the setter, when you glance, you just missed the play. So she done her job.
Down the line, back set goes across, and it's a nice block. I believe that was Davis that made that block as well, the one you were just talking about, the middle blocker, and it's 15-13 as Perry Central draws within 2. And they're on a roll with Sullivan serving. Like I said, she is a senior setter for the Lady Commodores. And she's going down each line. She's firing it up. Goes to Johnson. Campbell across to Sullivan with a cut shot. This time it's going to go wide. Point Leslie County.
But if you start getting that shot in, that opens the defense up a whole lot.
It gives options, doesn't it?
It does.
Kenley Napier out of the game, as well as Haley Napier.
It makes that front row have to play defense instead of sagging off to get to that middle ball.
And that's going to be in. That's going to be an ace for Sarah Osborne. And you can see Asher and Campbell are talking about it, and Campbell says, "It's my bad." I know what you've said in the past, Betty Bun, when they've turned around and said, "My bad," then just get the ball.
Yeah.
Just get the ball.
Or just come here.
Yeah, sub.
Yeah.
Oh, cut shot hits the net. Nice up by Osborne. Back set, and that's going to be Asher gets it up. Oh, on 2.
That was a nice play.
Yes. Laney Davis, sophomore, with a nice, caught him off guard and scored the point for Perry County Central.
She had everybody in the building thinking she was going to
include me.
Ball. Yeah.
And you.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice shot. Service ace, 17-15, Leslie County. Got a little bit of a curveball
she does.
hit on that. Service error, point Leslie County. Johnson will go back to serve for Leslie County. Johnson is a junior. Now Asher with a nice up. Sullivan to Davis. She comes back, but there's Osborne. Johnson back set to Royce Osborne, and that's a kill point, Leslie County.
Osborne's one of those you have to decide, are you going to take the middle away or are you going to take the line away? And you got to take one away and give her the other shot, and then you got to play defense there. Because she jumps well, she's a good athlete, and they have a great setter that gives her the ball.
Asher to the back. Oh,
she had the right shot.
Caused them to be out of system. 19-16 Leslie County. So now got the Asher girls up front for Perry Central. Davis with the serve, and that's a nice serve, and that's going to be a ace point. Perry Central, 19-17.
You don't see that very much from the libero from Lacey. She usually has pretty good, I mean, her hands are usually pretty good.
That just goes to show what kind of serve
exactly.
that is. And that's going to be an overpass. Asher mistimed it. And it's going to be a point for Leslie. That was a big-time possible point for them. Campbell back in as Davis will go out for Perry County Central. Hochstetler to serve. Campbell with a nice up. Sullivan goes across to Hunt it off, and nice kill point, Perry Central. McGrainer will come in, and it's 2018, set number 1. Big 54th district matchup here. Good atmosphere going on here at the Richard M. Nixon Center.
It really is. Both sides are good and loud, supporting their team.
And it's going to be a mishandle, and that's going to be Perry Central point. That's the closest they've been in a while, 2019.
But what's turned the game around? Perry's settled down, and they're beginning to pass the ball. They don't have as many free balls now.
Right, like you said there. McGrainer, nice hold. And that's going to be a service error, 21-19. Napier's in for Brock, and Napier for Osborne. As referee Greg Napier waves them in. We got Napiers everywhere, don't we?
We do.
And there's the serve. And once again, Campbell, nice job. Back set, and that's going to be the kill for Asher. 21-20, Leslie County.
That was a nice shot. And you notice both teams have good setters. They're setting the ball to their hitters.
And like you said, Campbell's doing a nice job now of getting that ball to Sullivan, and then she goes to the right outside hitter.
Right.
Goes across on 2, goes across, but that's out, and we have got a tie score at 21 apiece. Pass was too close to the net. Asher to serve, and she did a good job serving the first rotation. Nice knuckleball. Backside hit, and that's going to be the kill, and that's who you go to in a critical part of the game.
It is. Perry's getting their hands on the ball. It's just their defense is a little deep, but that's a hard ball to play off of a block.
And, you know, it's a nice back set.
It is.
Osborne to serve, and they'll be tie it back up at 22 apiece. Campbell to serve. And that's mishit, and that's going to put Purry Central ahead, 23-22. Purry Central has battled back and has overcome that deficit they had in the middle part of this set. Campbell once again with a nice serve. The backside to Osborne goes across, but there's Asher. Graney back with a cut down. Johnson, back to Johnson. Cut shot. In system here, but a nice job by Davis, but wasn't able to put it down. Back to Davis in the middle, and it's in. And that's going to bring Purry Central to set point number 1, 24-22. Campbell down the middle. Back set, free ball for Purry Central. Oh, Sullivan will get it across nice and deep. Napier across to Johnson, more at the net, a block, but nice reflexes by Osborne. Campbell, and that's going to go long, and that will make it 24-23 Purry Central. Set point number 2 coming up as Beckley will serve.
Right now, Leslie seems to be a little out of rhythm with each other. They're not backing each other up. It's all single play.
Nice serve, Campbell overpass. In system comes back out to Johnson off the tape. And we're going to have in the net with Sullivan in the net, and that will tie it up at 24 apiece. And remember, you got to win by 2. Tatum Begley to serve. She's a junior. Knuckleball serve, and that's just out.
Yeah.
And that will bring Purry Central to set point number 3 at 25-24.
See, now you want to get the ball in, let Leslie play it.
And that's what the senior does here. Sullivan with the serve. Down the middle, Begley with a nice up. And that's going to be a block, and that's going to be the first set. We'll go to Purry County Central, 26-24. And we'll be back for set number 2 in 1 minute or so. So stay with us here on Hometown 24 in the Bank of Hyman Volleyball Game of the Week.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management. Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Richard M. Nixon Center and on the campus of Leslie County High School. Coach Wendell Wilson Court. After set number 1, Purry Central pulls out a 26-24 set win here, Betty Vaughn. And by the way, thank you to the crowd here in front of us. With number 14 is Brindley Nicely. So thank them for giving us that. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that anyway. They're sitting right in front of us.
I didn't think
but a back and forth affair in set number 1, Bets.
But I like the way that Purry, they got down, was having a hard time passing. Then they settled right in and began. And you noticed as the more they passed, the better they passed, they got more hits off. So as they began to pass better, their game picked up. And then the momentum just shifted their way, and they kept playing. Like I said, right now, And like you said, it may be a little jet lag from last night with Leslie. They seem a little out of sync.
And, you know, that was a big letdown. You know, that's their first loss. They'd beaten Knott County Central right here. And
but
we'll see if they can. Coach Washburn can rally the troops here.
She's done a great job with this team.
Yeah.
But like we were talking, you know, Knott has been in that pressure situation.
Yeah.
That's the first time Leslie has been put in, and you're in a championship game, even though it's just the All-A. The All-A means something.
A lot. It means a lot to these
those
girls.
teams. Exactly right.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, and you'll learn from that. That's why you get in these tournaments, to learn how to hold your cool and play when you're up or down.
And as a coach, you see who can thrive under pressure and who cannot thrive under pressure. So it was a very entertaining game, and I thank the Eagles Nest for that ability for me to watch it last night. And of course, it was Tatum Begley's mother that was running the camera last night, and she apologized to me.
And we want to thank her. We come up here because we do this because we love doing this. We love volleyball and just. But she was out there thanking us, talking about what she had learned by just listening to us talk about the game. So thank you.
To you, not to me.
Not to both of us.
Osborne with the ace to start it off. Good start for Leslie County, 1-0. And we appreciate all the people that say nice things to me at the Super Walmart in Hazard or in Whitesburg or Knott County or Prairie Central, wherever they're at. We appreciate it. Asher with the up. Goes across. Davis with an athletic left-hand touch. Johnson across, and it's going to go out, and that's going to be a point for Prairie County Central.
Yeah, she done everything right. She just stopped at the highest point instead of following through. I like the way that Osborne is going to make next level. She's going to be a nice setter, hitter, defensive player.
There's no doubt in my mind.
There's several players in this region that can play.
And it's going to be 4, and it's going to be a point for Prairie Central. You know, Royce Osborne, a senior, and, you know, when I look down at Lainey Davis, she's got nice length for a sophomore and is very agile for the Prairie Central Lady Commodores.
Oh, yes.
Sullivan, and that's going to go long, point Leslie County.
And, you know, man, as you look at these volleyball teams, you have a lot of players. You're not talking about 8 or 10. You're talking about 20, 30 players. So
Sullivan
volleyball is growing in all forms.
Davis tried to draw it back that way, over the top, but there comes Sullivan. Osborne tries to go over Asher, but she's there. Davis goes long, I believe, and that's going to be a point for Leslie County. And not only that, in a rotation, you're not got a weak rotation because you got girls in the, you know, sometimes they rotate to the back. Oh, we can relax. No, these teams anymore, you can't relax.
No.
Oh, nobody takes that one, and that's going to be a point for Leslie County.
And, you know, these players have to understand, these coaches have watched videos and they're watching the rotations, and they figure out sometimes they just need you in 1 or 2 spots in the back. Or they just need you in 1 spot in the front.
So
they've got to use you to make their team strong.
That's exactly right. Hochstetler off the block, and it's going to be a point for Leslie County, 5-2.
It was a nice block. But everybody in this region is just, they're waiting on the ball to come to them instead of them going to it on the block.
Oh, and that's going to be a nice serve point, Leslie County. (6-2), set number 2. Prairie Central took the first set, 26-24. Campbell Sullivan gets it across in system, goes across, and Osborne with the kill, 7-2.
Yeah, those 2 blockers from Prairie just left a gap just big enough for her to get through.
Like we said, Royce Osborne is a senior. Jalen Johnson, a junior, serves it across. Campbell, free ball, as Sullivan will get it across. Begley.
Pretty good free ball. They put it deep.
Goes across, nobody there.
Nice shot.
8-2 as Osborne gets another kill.
You know, years ago, you did not see that shot. Now, you're seeing that shot more, which makes that weak side wing, they have to play defense now.
Davis bumps it across. In system, Osborne to the middle hitter, Hochstetler, and that is in. That's going to be point, 9-2, Leslie County.
You know, it's like those saying eggs in a basket. Everybody's got a lot of eggs in their baskets now, so
yeah.
Everybody's using so many different shots and angles at the game.
Oh, and miscommunication, that's going to be a point, 10-2, and Coach Neese is going to say, I want a timeout, so stick with us. 10-2, Leslie County, set number 2. We'll be back in a bit.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman volleyball game of the week, Perry County Central, Leslie County. Perry Central took the first set, 26-24. Set number 2. Leslie County is up 10-2 on Perry County Central. Coach Neese with a timeout to try to break the roll that Leslie County's on, Betty Vaughn.
Yeah, and we again want to say hello to Mr. Wendell Wilson. I hope somebody hears that and gets that word to him.
Yeah, oh yes, Coach Wilson. They should put him a statue out here somewhere along beside Tim Couch out there at the football field. Tim Couch, one of the finest football players to play in the state of Kentucky.
That was a nice up.
Davis off the block of Hochstetler, but it's now within, you got to call that one. Osborne across off the block, but there is Hochstetler behind it. Gets it up. Oh, that was a tough play. She did a 360 pirouette and gets the point for Leslie County.
Nice vocabulary, Manus. Nice vocabulary. You done good.
I used to teach reading.
Okay, you done good.
Sullivan with the overpass, and it's going to be a point. She says, thank you, Lord. Point for Perry County Central, 11-3. Nicely to go back to serve. Brindley Nicely is a sophomore. You know, a lot of good mixture of young players for Perry County Central.
Right.
Osborne long, he's going to hit it long, and that's going to be a point for Perry Central. Nice eye by Nicely as she let it go out of bounds.
You know, that's a hard ball. A lot of coaches teach you to run back to the line, which is great. A lot of them will tell you if it's shoulders or above. So, you know, but it's according to where you're playing at on the court.
Osborne to Osborne, back to Osborne. There's the block, but Begley's there to go up with it. Hochstetler off the block. It was deflected and unable to contain it with Perry Central. Point Leslie County.
I like Perry is getting a lot of hands on these spike balls.
Lauren Osborne into the game. She's a junior. Hochstetler going back to serve. Oh, my. And there's Osborne, and Lauren Osborne puts it down, and that's going to be a point for Leslie County, 13-4.
Smart play by Osborne. She didn't go up to kill it. She just went up and swapped it to an empty spot.
Served to Campbell. Nice job by Campbell all the way out to Asher, and that's going to be just out. Point Leslie County. It was a good swing.
It was. I like it. Asher's going for it.
Hochstetler, Campbell with the overpass. There's Osborne. Davis was ready, almost had him. Brock hits it right on the line, and that's going to be point Leslie County, 15-4.
You know how important that left-handed hitter is on that side of that floor.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people don't have left-handed hitters. I'm not left-handed, but Betty Vaughn is.
That's right.
And it's going to be off nicely. Good hustle by
nice
Campbell.
Hustle. And they bring that ball back. That was a great job.
In system here goes with a cut shot, and it's going to score. Acted like she was going to go up and hit it and just cut it back across. Point Leslie County. Asher with it up, but it's overpass Osborne to Osborne, back to Royce Osborne, and then with the kill. 17-4.
Yes, it is hard to single block Royce Osborne.
And they're going to, Coach Neese is going to come up with her second timeout. 17-4 Leslie County. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hindman 54th District battle between Leslie County Lady Eagles and the Perry County Central Lady Commodores. Set one was won by Perry County Central at 26-24. We're in set number 2. Leslie County is up 17-4, and Coach Neese calls her second timeout of the second set.
And Manus, this is to show you also, Leslie, what they went through. So they're more, they're prepared. They lost, but they're prepared mentally to come back to play. That's what they'll be working on.
Yep. Hawks Taylor was served. Nice up by Campbell. Goes across to Asher over the top, and it hit the antenna, and it's going to be a point for Leslie County. Asher tried to draw it inside the antenna and was unable to do that. Hawks Taylor with a serve, and it's in the net.
See that, these coaches this day and time, they're too nice. They just ask, I'd be stomping around, acting like a wild animal over here trying to get them to change their mind. It's like, I'm not calling that call no more.
Some can handle that, Bets, and some can't.
I know.
You know that. Osborne doesn't cross. That's going to be 4. No. And I thought it was 4, didn't you, Betty?
I did too.
I didn't think nobody touched it.
It definitely did not cross the net.
It hit the tape.
Yes, on Leslie's side.
Yeah, so it should be Perry Central.
Yes.
So Perry Central, that was the correct call. Greg Napier goes over to talk about it, and that's going to be service error, and that's point Leslie County, 19-5. Haley Napier will go back to serve. She is a junior for Leslie County. And that's down the line, and that's just out. Point Perry County Central. Official Turner right on that. And as you can tell, in a district battle, they are having 4 officials instead of having 2 volunteers on each end line. Nice up. Goes across. And that's going to be a kill that time. And of course, that was, didn't really call her name. That was Sizemore. Ball was up in the air. Kennedy Maggard in the game for Leslie County. I missed that, I guess, when they were talking. Asher with the over, and it's going to be down, but then there, Osborne. Nice job of Perry Central keeping it alive. Asher, Asher with a kill, point Prairie Central. And that was all started by the setter, Kenley McGrainer, who is a freshman. Nice job. 27. Asher to go back to serve. And that is Megan Asher. And that's going to be a service error. 21-7, Leslie County.
That's not what Perry needs right now.
Got to have a bunch. Number 45 for Leslie County will come in for the first time. That's Sam Gay.
But like Kevin Nichols always says, you only get one at a time.
One at a time. Asher over the top, and it's going to be a point, 21-8. And you see that the coach Washburn has added a few different players trying to get a little different mix here in the second set, giving some playing time with some others. And you never know, with injury, sickness, or whatever, those girls may need to come in some night. To Johnson. Johnson with a cut. She was looking toward us when she hit it. Sullivan, nice up. Goes across with Gay. In system, goes to Davis. Napier all the way across to Johnson. Back to Asher. Grainer to Davis. Somebody's going to have to hit it. And Johnson says, I will, but I'm going to hit it long. Point Prairie Central, 21-9.
Yeah, she got caught in that dead man's area between the 3-meter line and the net, and she couldn't swing all the way through. It was behind her head.
Campbell to serve. And that one's going to go long. Point Leslie County, 22-9. Sarah Osborne will come in along with Brock, and Osborne will go back to serve. Sarah Osborne is a senior. Asher McGrainer outside to Sullivan, tries to draw it. Osborne Johnson, free ball for Prairie Central. Goes outside to nicely deep. Shot in the corner. And that's going to be 4. And that's going to be point Prairie Central. 22-10. Leslie County, set number 2. Tahani in for McGrainer as she will go out. Sullivan to serve. And that's going to go wide, and that's point Leslie County, 23-10. Johnson to serve. Oh, with the aid of the net. In tennis, you're supposed to put your hand up. In volleyball, do you put your hand up when that happens, Betty Vaughn?
No, you just say thank you.
Oh, okay. Set point number 1 for Leslie County. Nice up. Sullivan goes into Davis, puts it down. Nice kill, 24-11. Davis has got a little pogo going on there in her legs.
She would be hard to block also. She goes straight up.
24-11, set point number 2.
Her vertical jump is pretty good.
Yes, it is. Nicely to serve to try to keep Prairie Central in set number 2. Osborne to Osborne, back to Royce, and it's going to be off the block, and that will end set number 2 as Leslie County wins set number 2, 25-11. So set number 3 coming up. Both of them's got a set apiece, so stay with us. We got a, as David Adams says, we got us a dandy.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Welcome back as we go to set number 3 in the Bank of Hyman volleyball game of the week between Leslie County and Prairie Central. Betty Von Cottle along with myself, Manus Blair, and we got a set apiece. And moving into set 3, Betty Von, who takes set number 3, and what do they need to do to take set number 3?
Well, this is where your momentum and your physicality what's going to come in. Third game. Are you too tired to mentally play? Are you motivated, and ready and up to play? It was Perry won that first game and had a major drop that second game. So are they going to get it back together and be ready to play this game? And, and the same thing with Leslie. But like I said, Leslie's been through this a few more times. So they understand how to get down and then come back and stay motivated to play.
Okay. And at what point Leslie County has played Breathitt County, then they played Knott Central on back-to-back nights. Now this is 3 in a row. You noticed that Coach Washburn did a little subbing when she got ahead there.
Exactly.
Is that for that purpose? Is that for resting some legs?
Probably that. Plus, she wants to get other kids in the game. You got to play for next year too. So you get a little bit of a lead. There's no need in keeping them out there when you can get some kids in there, give them some reps, get them used to it. Because like you said a while ago, poor old Knott went through it last year with, with injuries. So you got to have other kids. You got to have kids that can step in and say, I'm ready to go.
In Wolfe County, they went through all that, prior to the season, during the season.
Exactly.
So you just never know. And as we're moving into set number 3, too, we want to congratulate Knott County Central Lady Patriots as they'll go to Owensboro. Congratulations also in the AA to Letcher County Central, who will also go to Owensboro. I think Knott County Central, they will play Friday and Saturday, and they play Williamsburg, Heritage Christian, if I've got this right, and Raceland. So pretty good draw in their pool down there in the All-A. And as we go to set number 3, Prairie Central will serve. And that will be Lila Sullivan to serve. And it's going to go long. I think there may be a draft down there in that end zone.
There has to be something.
There's somebody down there from Leslie County that is down there moving that ball. And I can't see who's in that corner. It might be Larry Sparks down there in that corner. You never know. Love my brother Larry Sparks, and that's a nice serve, and that will make it 2-0 Leslie County. Want to thank the administration at Leslie County High School for allowing us to come do this game tonight.
They always do a good job.
Sullivan, nice set to Davis. Free ball, and it will go around behind the antenna, as official Turner says, and it will be point Prairie County Central. 2-1.
And in this game, Perry cannot let Leslie get a 10-point lead.
They got to get that momentum going right here. Nicely with a serve. Begley with a up, goes across, and with a draw, and it's going to go long, and that'll be 2-2. And the thing about it is, Betty Vaughn, don't let me say it's 2-2 with 7 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the game.
Okay.
I keep looking over there, and I'm going to say it before it's over with.
I got you.
We're not in basketball season yet. Nice kill for Hochstetler, point Leslie County, 3-2.
Last second game set, Perry just had too many serving errors they get momentum, and when you serve, you miss a serve, that breaks momentum fast.
Nice serve that time, and that's going to be a point for Leslie County. That one just dropped off the table as soon as it crossed.
Right.
For those that's watching, when it went across that net, it just dropped. So really tough to get under that ball. That one's going to go wide, I believe, yes, and it's going to be point, Prairie County Central. Nice eye that time by Nicely on this side. Campbell out of the game for Prairie County Central. Davis to serve, and it's going to be into the net. Point, Leslie County. And, you know, you just echoed that about service errors. You got to keep that going once you get some momentum. You know, after you serve 2 or 3, then maybe be a little bit more aggressive. Hochstaler was, and once again, back-to-back service errors, and that's going to be point Leslie County. We are in set number 3. Both teams have won a set apiece. McGrainer to serve for Prairie Central. Begley to Osborne into the middle to Royce Osborne over the top, but there's Campbell. Asher puts it down, and it's in with a kill. Point, Prairie Central, 5-5.
Asher can hit with the best of them.
She got power.
She does.
She's got power. You better be ready, and if you're not ready, you're going to feel the heat. McGrainer to serve.
She needs to work a little
apiece.
bit more on getting on top of the ball so she can drop it shorter.
And that's a service error. Point Leslie County. So how do you do that? Do you drop balls from the, or do you just constantly just keep giving her things in practice? How do you get her to understand that? And she's just a freshman, mind you.
We had drills where they stood at the net and swung down, and it had to bounce under the net. So that makes you get on top of the ball.
Okay.
Of course, I'm sure other people do it different. But,
and everybody's got their own little style way of doing things. Roy Osborne with a kill, 7-5, Leslie County.
See, that's where and I'm not sure if the coach is wanting them to take the middle away or the line, but you've got to tell your defense we're taking the line or we're taking angle one.
Asher, nice up. Goes in the middle, Asher, and that's right on. Oh, it's a little bit long. I was getting ready to say that was a kill. 8-5, Leslie County with a point. Napier to continue to serve. And that one's going to go long. Point, Prairie Central. Asher to serve. Ooh, just not enough. 9-6.
And that's something that you have to correct. If you're planning on being a competitor at the end of the season.
Grainer middle over the top. Nice play that time. Sophia Asher, freshman, over the top of the single block for the point.
That was a great play.
And as she comes out, and they're looking for her to smash it. Instead, she used finesse.
Exactly.
Campbell, and that one's going to go long. And each time it's going long, Coach Neese she's saying, we got to serve it in. 10-7, Leslie County. Ooh, and this is becoming contagious.
It is.
10-8, Leslie County. Let's see if Sullivan can break this contagious service error. Overpass, but used their knuckles.
I'm not sure exactly what Perry was watching that time.
Okay, I think they were more out here like you were talking about, going out to slide over here for the block before that. Sarah Osborne to serve. Nice. Goes across, overpass, free ball. Unable to get it to the front, but nice. Going short, but there's Campbell. Nice hustle. It's going to be a point. Leslie County. 12-8. Osborne to serve. Campbell, Sullivan to the middle to Davis, and that's going to be in. Point, Prairie Central.
If Davis ever gets her body turned facing the net, that ball is going to go much, much harder.
She's got all the physical attributes.
She does.
12-9. Nicely to serve. Osborne to Osborne, middle to Hochsteller. There's Davis, and that's going to be point by Davis. Brings them within 2, 12-10. Leslie County, set number 3. We're all at one set apiece.
That proves that Davis is watching the ball. Otherwise, she would have been standing flat-footed watching the ball go over her head, so she is watching the ball.
And that one's going to go wide, 13-10, Leslie County. Johnson to serve.
That was a nice floater.
Goes to Davis. Osborne with the overpass. Someone's got to get it. Outside. Osborne over the top. Goes across to Huna. Oh, nice. Oh, and it's going to score a point. Point, Prairie Central, 13-11.
And if you noticed, her push was from in front of her face, and her hands did not go backward. She contacted the ball and went forward. That's why that was not called.
Stiff.
Exactly.
And Davis will serve. Nice serve.
Nice up.
Goes across, but a little bit out, but there's Sullivan to save. Nice save both ways. Sullivan in the middle. Asher couldn't do anything with it. Osborne with a kill. 14-11, Leslie County. Hochstedler with the serve. On the tape, but there's Asher. Goes
that was
back
a nice
to
play.
her.
That was a hard ball to play.
Osborne in between, I think she had she
really
had notions to do either or.
Yeah, she went up and wanted to kill it, and then she thought, I'm going to roll it, and she just rolled it, put too much power behind it.
14-12, Leslie County, set number 3. Will be at Prairie County Central in football Friday night as Letcher County Central will come to Prairie Central for a big rival game. And that's going to go wide, 15-12 Leslie County. So it will be myself and Jim Bob McCauley will be making that call on Friday night. David Adams will be with WYMT and Tim Sloan. They'll be over at watching the Pottsville Panthers against the Johnson Central Eagles. And that's going to go long. Point Prairie Central, 15-13. Our next volleyball game, I believe, is Hazard at Knott County Central on the 15th. Betty Von, you'll have to make sure I've got that right. I've been wrong too many times this year already. All the way across. Going to be short to Asher. McGrainer back to nicely. And that's going to draw within 1 for Prairie Central, 15-14.
Yes, their next game is the 15th, and it is Hazard at Knott.
Okay, I'm not as senile as I thought I was.
No, you're doing good, Magnus. You're doing good.
I didn't look at my notes that I had written. Serve goes to Osborne. Got a free ball. Oh, and they're going to score. Leslie County, 16-14.
Prairie's got to clean that up. When you get a free ball, you have to take advantage of every free ball you can get.
Royce Osborne to serve. Campbell, nice job. Nice draw by Sullivan. Osborne all the way across to Johnson. Asher, Grainer all the way over to nicely down the line. And that's going to be a point. 16-15, Leslie County. Davis in for Asher.
See, Prairie's back to playing like they did the first game. They're moving, they're getting more hits, less free balls, more hits. Now they just need to clean up their serving errors.
Oh, yeah. Campbell down the line to Osborne. Goes to Napier, back across, down, and that's going to be the kill that time for Johnson, 17-15. And, you know, no one's saying that you shouldn't be aggressive. It's just you got to be aggressive in certain times.
And you know yourself, if you hit the same shot 3 times, everybody's going to play it. So you got to mix it up something.
It's kind of like baseball or softball.
Right.
Got to throw a change-up in there every once in a while. And there's a change-up by Sullivan, and she cuts it across, and that's going to be point for Perry Central.
You know, both of these teams have some very good hitters.
Sullivan to serve. Goes to
Nice
Begley.
up.
Cross to Hochstadler. She once again in the middle of her jump, and that's going to be a tie score as Perry Central draws even at 17 apiece.
She done the same thing. She went up and then decided in the middle, I'm going to do something else, and then.
Yep. And only Michael Jordan can do that.
Exactly.
And gets it across, and it is going to be on the line. Man, Perry Central. Point, Leslie County.
It is 18-17 Leslie in the 3rd set.
Osborne coming across now. So just bad luck, but just keeping the ball alive by Leslie County.
Exactly.
Oh, free ball this time for Leslie County.
That was a nice deep ball.
Goes back set, over the top, nobody there. Point, Leslie County as they draw out to a 2-point lead at 19-17.
I'm not sure why there was such a big hole behind that block.
Yeah, I think they backed off after they saw that she was not going to hit the ball. Campbell to Sullivan into the middle for Davis off the block of Hochstadler. Back set, brought across. Push goes across. In system, Hochstadler off the block of Davis. And it's going to be point.
That was a great block. She just, that's quick. Yeah, that's
her
quick.
hands or something wasn't completely closed enough. Right. By looking at her hands are much bigger than mine. So I think she can do it.
I mean, that's quick to block and try to get down and play that ball.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sullivan backside. Free ball for Leslie County. Goes all the way across to Johnson off the block, and it will be point. Leslie County as they draw out to a 4-point lead. And Coach Neitz realizes there's a little momentum going their way. We're going to take a 30-second break, so stay with us on Hometown 24. Welcome back as Coach Neese of Perry County Central has called a timeout. Leslie County up 21-17 in set number 3. Both teams have one set apiece. Thank you once again for tuning in on Hometown 24. I'm Manus Blair, being joined by Betty Von Caudle. Big 54th District action here. You know, before you know it, Betty Von, we're drawing closer and closer to the end of September. And these teams are trying to round into form.
And, you know, the score really doesn't tell how well this game's been played.
No, and it's been.
I mean, there's been a lot of hustle plays in these sets.
More like, and it's going to be a point for Leslie County, more like set number 1.
And right here's where Perry needs to get the ball back and get serves in and just make Leslie play the ball.
Asher, nobody there. Asher says, my bad, point 23-17. So after the timeout, Leslie County comes out and scores 2 straight points. Campbell, nice up. Sullivan in the middle to Davis. Oh, she got way up there. Back set. And that's going to hit the antenna, and that will put set point number 1 to Leslie County at 24-17. Sullivan to the middle to Davis. Nice swing, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central. Nicely.
See, that proves how hard she hit that ball, because that little libero was sitting there and just put her arms out, and that ball took off that fast.
She really hit that thing.
Yes. Nice up.
Goes to Hochstetler, and that's going to be in, and that's going to be set number 3 for Leslie County at 25-18. And when we come back, we'll have set number 4. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24. A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman volleyball game of the week here on Hometown 24. Leslie County took set number 3, 25-18, puts them up 2-1 over Prairie County Central, who won the first set, 26-24. Betty Vaughn, what's Prairie Central got to do other than what we've already mentioned, or do we
I just think Prairie's got to get back to the fundamentals and just the fundamentals of volleyball. They've got to cut down on just their errors that they're making, not that Leslie's forcing them to make, just errors. A free ball. When you get a free ball, you have to use it. When you get sets, you have to use it. Those things come hard, so when you get them, you got to use them.
How do you keep Royce Osborne from scoring?
Honestly,
how do you keep? Is there a possibility? Is there a way that you can design something to keep her from getting that third hit each time?
Perry has the blockers. I just don't think they're communicating what they want to take away from. They have to decide what they're going to take away. Where is she hurting you the worst? Is she going to hurt you the worst going angle, or is she going to hurt you worse going the line? And then you've got to block what you want to take away, and the defense has to play that other area.
So do you go with all 3 girls?
No.
Because if you do all 3, what she's going to do.
I would double block, but I think right now with Royce, I would take that line away. That's her stronger shot.
Mm-hmm.
I would make her go angle, but I would put my defense over there where she's going to be going to. And I would make her beat me angle instead of down this line. And then if you see that doesn't work, then you can always switch. But you've got to, you can't single block her, and you surely can't sit there and let her just have an open shot. There's several hitters in this region that that's what you've got to do. I mean, when you're playing.
And we've seen some of them. Some of them we have not been able to see. We haven't seen Breathitt County. I've watched them on other streams and other things else. But
I have not got to watch Letcher Central, but I do know. I mean, I know they're hitters, and But there's just some players that you have to double block.
So we're getting ready to start set number 4. And with set number 4, Leslie County will start off serving. And Betty Bunn, I did not say with 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
I'm very proud of you.
I haven't done it yet. I guess I've been making fun of myself to do that. As Osborne will start off for Leslie County. Nice up, but nicely. Goes short, Davis. A little bit off kilter there. Oh, and there's the double block you were talking about as Davis and Sullivan makes the block. And Prairie Central starts out 1-0.
Now, you've got to keep that up. You can't let that, okay, we blocked and stop. You got to play. And you have to put, it's 100% on every play.
Sullivan to serve.
Nice up.
Hochstetler off the tape, but there's Campbell. Free ball. And that's going to be a point for Prairie Central. So that's the start they're looking for.
I would not even free ball to Royce or the libero, but when I coached Manus, we said that, and we always free ball to the best player. It was like a magnet.
It's kind of fouling the best free throw shooter on the basketball team.
It was like a magnet. We knew where it was going.
Free ball for Prairie Central.
That's a nice free ball. It's deep, gives Leslie County time to get back in their defense.
Nice job by Begley. Johnson cuts. Nice job by Campbell. The Liberals are starting to take over now. And that's going to be a, yep. She was looking toward us and hit that.
Yeah. That's one of those hits you don't even have to ask about. Just say, I'll try. I promise I won't do that again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I won't do that again.
Point Leslie County. Right thought, just didn't get it done. Right idea. Goes out, and that's going to be a nice draw. Hits to the backside. Oh, and it's miscommunication, and that's going to be a point for Leslie, 2-2.
See, Perry said her to me. She's a good athlete. You can tell she has good hands. She needs to get over there and hand set that ball and let these big girls hit. That was a nice up. That's what you're looking for right there.
And that's going to be in. That's going to be the kill.
Exactly.
And, you know, when you've had over close to 600 assists last year, you know that Sullivan knows what she's doing.
Right.
So that's a point for Prairie Central. You don't get 600, close to 600 without
understanding the game.
And without good soft hands and putting it where the ball needs to be. Johnson to Osborne, goes to Hochstetler, and that's going to be up and over. Thought she was going to be in the net for just a second. Nice hit as we come back up, and it's going to be Osborne with a cut over top of the double block. Asher deep corner, and that's a nice free ball. Goes to Brock over top, but there's Campbell. Back to Davis, and that's going to be long, and that's going to be point, Leslie County.
That was a pretty good volley. I've noticed that Leslie can take a bad first hit and turn that into a good set. They're getting decent sets regardless of whether they get a good first pass or not.
Service there, Prairie Central. Point. And Campbell will go out, and Asher will come in as Davis will go back to serve.
Foot fault.
And, yep, that was the right call. And that is a point for Leslie County.
In case people do not know what that is, when you serve, your foot cannot contact that line or go over it until you hit the ball. You have to make contact with the ball.
If that was me, I wouldn't be able to do that, but Davis's feet are bigger than mine, and she is a lot more athletic than I am. And that block is out of bounds, and that will be Prairie Central point, 5-4. I want to say this is a good crowd tonight, Betty Vaughn. For a Wednesday night, and a lot of people, you know, go to church and everything on Wednesday night, but we've got a good crowd, good group from Prairie Central have come across.
And I like that they're cheering for their teams. There's no negative stuff going on.
I haven't heard a bad word.
No, they're just cheering for their team.
5-5 now in set number 4. Leslie County up 2 sets to 1. Prairie Central trying to extend it into the 5th set. Campbell over the top, but it's Campbell to back and forth. Oh, too close to the net, and that's going to be a block, but it goes out of bounds, and that'll be a point for Prairie Central. Osborne just missed the line by just a wee bit.
It was a good play by Perry trying to push the ball to the outside.
Nice up by Johnson. Over top of the double block. Smart play, and that's going to be point, Leslie County. We're back and forth in this fourth set, 1 point at a time. Begley to serve. Overpass, but there's Hochstetler. She puts it down, point Leslie County.
So I don't think these fans understand when that ball hits the top of the net, that's a free ball. She can push and go over with contact.
On the tape, Asher to Asher. Nicely in system with miscommunication, and that's going to be a double hit, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central. I want to thank my good buddy who always watches sports on Hometown 24, Ryan Farmer. Ryan's everywhere in Leslie County watching the games. My buddy Tim Eldridge watching in Campton, Kentucky. Campbell, McGrainer over to Nicely. Johnson over the top.
Oh, that was a nice defense.
Davis, point, Prairie Central. 8-7 Prairie Central.
What grade is Davis in?
Davis is a sophomore.
Can you imagine? She's only a sophomore.
And the Ashers are freshmen. McGrainer's a freshman.
I started saying
Nicely's a sophomore, so good things coming for Prairie Central volleyball.
Exactly.
Huckstadler hits it into the line. That's going to move them out by 2, 9-7 Prairie Central.
Right here is where Leslie has to keep their head, calm down, and just they've got to play the ball.
Osborne back set. Johnson, it's going to go long, and that makes it 10-7 Prairie Central. That 3-meter hit is just really tough.
It is.
Campbell, nice. 11-7 Prairie County Central. Lady Commodores on a run. And it goes back to what you said, Betty Vaughn. Campbell's getting the serves in.
That's it.
Gives you an opportunity.
Exactly.
And I said I wasn't going to do that. Prairie Central 11-8. And for you guys that follow us on volleyball, I always, when I brag on somebody, it seems like I don't do well for them. Osborne with a serve. Campbell with a up. McGrainer back set, and it's going to be point, Leslie County.
See, that was, to me, that was a nice back set. I just think 14 is
got too close.
Yeah, she's getting too close. I think she thinks the ball is going to somebody else. Setter had the right idea.
Osborne to Campbell. McGrainer, free ball. Hochstadler off of Davis's block, but it is point, Leslie County.
She hit that just enough angle to bring that ball to the side instead of straight face to face.
Davis was there. It just went off the side of her right hand.
It is 11-10 Perry.
Asher, McGrainer to Davis over the top, but there's Brock. Back to Brock. Down the line, and that's going to be a point, and that will draw it even at 11 apiece. Prairie Central got a side out here and get the volleyball back. McGrainer across to Nicely. She's ready for that one. And it's going to be a point for Prairie Central. That was within the system.
I'm telling you, you can see how the game changes. When you pass this ball well, there's so much you can do with it.
In rhythm.
Yes.
As Sullivan will serve. Kentucky and Pittsburgh playing tonight on TV in volleyball. That's going to be a point for Leslie County. If you're a big volleyball fan, the University of Kentucky moved up to number 3, went to Penn State last Friday and beat the Nittany Lions at their place, defending national champions. Overpass. Oh, my. Hochstadler with the left hand, and she thought it was going out of bounds, and a prayer was answered. 13-12, Leslie County. Free ball. Osborne to the outside. Osborne. Oh, nice play. 14-12, Leslie County. Prairie Central needs to get it back in a bad way.
Have you noticed that Perry brings their setter from the main back row? They hide her in the main back row. Everybody else keeps their setter at the close to the net, and Perry comes from the back row.
And that's point for Prairie Central. Free ball for Prairie Central. And that one's going to go long, and that's going to draw it even and once again at 14. Nicely with the serve, and that I thought it was going out of bounds.
That was a nice serve.
Once again, she's throwing that sweeper in there, and it puts Prairie Central up in set number 4, 15-14.
You notice when she serves the ball, it usually twists sideways. That one didn't, of course.
And once again, she went down the left side, this time down the right coffin corner, and it's 16-14, Prairie County Central. Let's see if she can continue to do it, and she does, and that's going to be another service ace. 17-14, Prairie Central.
And if you notice, she's not serving the ball hard. She's just getting the ball in. That's the name of the game. You know, you can hit it 90 miles an hour and out of bounds, and nobody really cares.
Nope. Nice up. Back set to Huckstadler, and that's going to be wide. And that's going to be 18-14, and Leslie County's going to call a timeout at 18-14, set number 4. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
At Appalachian Wireless, we get it. You need reliable service without breaking the bank. That's why we offer affordable unlimited data plans and advance pay options to fit any budget. Are you ready to ditch your overpriced carrier? We've got a switch and save deal plan just for you. We're your local experience provider from Appalachia for Appalachia. So stop by your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location today or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com to see how easy it is to save and get connected. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to Hometown 24, Bank of Hyman. Volleyball game of the week. Timeout by Coach Washburn and the Leslie County Lady Eagles after Prairie Central goes on a run behind Brindley nicely, and it is 18-14 Prairie Central in set number 4. So Prairie Central trying to win set 4 to even it up at 2 sets apiece and move it on to set number 5.
I like the way Coach Washburn was putting her foot toward the line like, you got to go. You have to make sure it's out.
And it was a good timeout by Coach Washburn as it aids in a service error, 18-15. And Hochstadler to serve. Nice serve, and that's going to be an overpass. Osborne, all the way back to Royce Osborne, a block, double block, and it's point Prairie Central at 19-15. Once again, that's what you were calling for, Betty Vaughn, and they blocked down the line and got the point. Nice ace serve. 20-15 Prairie Central.
Right now, number 10 looks like she's a complete all-around player. She plays the front well, she plays the back well.
And she just showed the service. Nice up. Goes back to Asher. Osborne over the top. Over the top, point. Smart play by Brock.
Oh, very smart.
Point Leslie County.
I do not understand how that ball is getting in. There's too big of a hole there. Somebody's not understanding their defensive
Do you
slide.
think that they see in the back line that it's not and they back too far up?
It could be. And two, they're probably just not watching the hitter.
And got to talk on that one, as the Perry County Central fans are saying. You got to talk on that one. 2017 Perry Central. Oh, free ball here. Let's see what Leslie County can come up with. Goes out to Osborne. Oh. Let's see what's going on. Back to Osborne over the top. There's what you're talking about, Betty Bunn.
It is.
Goes outside and a miss hit, and that's going to be double contact. Point Perry Central, 21-17.
See, I don't think she understands when you push that ball and it rolls, that is 2 hits. They're going to call that 2 hits.
And you clearly could see with the spin of the ball.
Exactly.
McGrainer to serve for Perry Central at 21-17. Have we had a bad volleyball match hardly at all over here at Leslie County?
No.
Oh, my. Service error, point Leslie County.
It must be when you walk in this confinement, it's like this is going to be a gut match. But I love it. Everybody's getting their money's worth.
Yep. Royce Osborne to serve. Campbell with
Nice
a up. Bump set over to, and nice cut shot by Sullivan. 22-18 Perry County Central.
See, what she's doing, she's going to make 27 come back to the front and play defense. 27 keeps trying to slide back to play that back corner.
Asher
Nice
Johnson across, free ball for Perry County Central. Asher McGrainer all the way across to nicely, draws it back, but there's Johnson. Johnson with a, nice hit. Point Leslie County.
See, this is what you like to see. You're behind, close to the end of the game, but when you get that ball to hit, you're hitting. You're not playing not to lose. You're playing to win. Exactly right. And there's a big difference in that.
Begley down nicely across. Sullivan comes across, but there's Huckstedler, and they're saying nope, right on the net. And that's going to be a point for Leslie County. And the coaching staff says, go after that ball from Perry Central.
Yes.
Campbell all the way back across and off. Nice job that time by Johnson to keep it alive for Leslie County. Free ball. Back set. Over the top. And that was Kinley Napier. And we're going to have a timeout for Perry Central. We're set number 4, 22-21. Be back in 30.
My name is Isabella, and I am from Madison County, Kentucky. Instead of choosing a larger university, I chose to attend Alice Lloyd College because I wanted a more personal college experience. The small class sizes provide a close relationship between students and professor that isn't possible at any other university. ALC is more than a place to learn. It is a place to grow, serve, and lead. Learn more at alc.edu.
Welcome back, and Betty Bunn, I had to catch my breath there for just a second. You know, it's 22-21. Coach Neese says, give me a timeout to try to break the momentum of Leslie County. Begley will go back to serve to try to even it up.
I like what this little assistant coach told that setter. If you will go to the net and put your hands up and act like you're setting the ball,
then it's
when
going to
she
be.
swats that, they're going to call it because you've got to give that setter a chance to set.
Backside cut shot off the block. Napier gets her hands on it, goes to Johnson, cut shot down the middle. McGrainer, Campbell, nicely to the deep side. Free ball. McGrainer backside, Sullivan off the block of Hochstedler. Got another free ball coming. Prairie Central got to do something here. Asher over the top. Outside to Johnson, off the block. Campbell, oh! Asher's got to let Satter get that.
Yeah.
And it evens it up at 22 apiece.
That's where you can't get. You got to keep your head in the game. You got to know what you're doing.
Begley, and that's going to go. Oh, nice save by Sullivan. Middle set. Hochstedler gets going to go wide, and that will put Prairie Central up 23-22.
Now, the reason that push was not called 2 hits was because that ball did not do a complete rotation in the air.
Campbell,
nice
serve, and it will be set point number 1 in the 4th set. As we had a clash of heads, I believe, in the celebration, Betty Bond. 24-22 Prairie Central. And that's going to do it right there. 25-22 in set number 4. And when we come back, we're going to have set number 5. We've got a dandy, so stick with us here on Hometown 24.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a flavored medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
Welcome back to the Richard M. Nixon Center. Coach Wendell Wilson Court on the campus of Leslie County High School. We're in set number 5 in a dandy. And sometimes we use the word dandy a little bit too much, but this is a dandy, Betty Vaughn. And who can muster enough to win set number 5?
Okay, you've got to remember when Prairie won the first set, they come out sort of flat. The second set got beat set 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Leslie won 2 sets in a row. And like you said, that time, Prairie just played well.
Yeah.
They made fewer errors, got more hits on the board, made less serving errors.
Oh, and that's what I was going to mention.
Exactly right.
Because you mentioned that several times. And, between Campbell, Davis, Sullivan, they served the ball in nicely. I forgot to mention her. All served the volleyball well.
And now you've got Leslie. They've got to, step it up and play their game. So you'll see whoever comes out firing on all cylinders.
And right now, the body language of Prairie Central, they're up on their toes. They're patting on each other. They're smiling. That's what Leslie County's got to do.
If you go by records, who's supposed to win, who's supposed to lose.
Oh, and, that's a big monkey on your back.
Right.
And like we said with Knott County Central, when you're the team that's supposed to win, everybody's looking to knock you off.
And, Leslie is truly that team, too, because them and Knott have shown beat each other. Right.
They have shown it. They're 1A and 1B.
Right. So.
In my eyes. That's my opinion.
I totally agree.
And then these others, Perry Central, Letcher Central,
You always have
Wolfe
something to
County,
prove.
Breathitt County, Hazard. You got to be the next one to knock one of these off. And I can't wait. I don't even want to look at the district. I can't wait to the regional tournament.
To be the queen of the mountains, you have to beat them to go up, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You got to beat everybody, or whoever's the next one on the list. So as we start, it will be Perry Central who won the flip, and they will start set number 5, and it will be Sullivan to start for the Lady Commodores.
That was a nice up.
Over the top, there's Campbell. Got to hit it, and they do. And it's going to be point for Perry Central. You cannot let the ball fall on the court. Outside to Johnson, and that's going to be a point for Johnson and Leslie County.
That shot is just too easy. You've got to cover that in defense. It is 1-1.
Osborne to serve. Ooh. It turned and fell back. Point Perry Central.
They must have tightened the net up between sets because that ball's been flipping over the top all night.
I didn't see anybody come out.
I know, I was kidding. I was kidding.
You know me, I'm all straight.
Oh, I know.
Here we go. Goes outside to Johnson off the block, and it's going to be a point for Leslie County.
See, this is where Perry, they've got to relax. You got to stay on your toes. You got to go get that ball. Nice serve.
And it's, nice hustle that time. Sullivan almost with the save. 3-2 Leslie County. Johnson with a nice serve. Campbell up, and that's another point for Leslie County as Johnson.
Now you have to get, Leslie has some really very good servers.
Yeah.
These knuckleballs are hard to play.
Very hard. If you've never played it, but if you played baseball, think about hitting it with a bat. There's another hard serve. Off the deflection and point as Asher cut it and scores the point.
You know, Perry hits a lot of slice balls. Even when they're swinging, they're slicing a lot of these balls.
Davis with the serve.
That was a nice up.
That was a tough serve by Davis.
I agree.
Out to Asher. Did not cross, and that will be a point for Leslie County as they go out to a 2-point lead at 5-3. Hochstedler to serve. She kind of struggled a little bit tonight with her serve, Betty Vaughn, and she's been really good in the other games that we've seen.
That's a nice up.
Free ball. Back set to Brock off the double block, and it's going to be point Leslie County.
You know, they don't use Brock a lot, but when they do use her, she does pretty well scoring.
A very cagey volleyball player.
Exactly.
And that's off the antenna, and that will be point Perry Central. We are in set number 5. We're not going any further than set 5, Betty Vaughn, but I wouldn't mind it if we did.
Yeah, both of these teams have played hard tonight.
Very hard, yes. They've left it all on the floor.
Exactly.
Osborne across, Osborne off the block. Asher all the way into the back area. Nice call by Johnson. Oh, my. Osborne in that far corner. Ooh. You couldn't have went out there and put it any closer to what that was in both lines. 7-4, Leslie County.
So you have to wonder, are they still discussing what are you doing with these hitters?
Yep.
Are you taking the line or are you taking the angle?
Napier with a good serve. Someone's got to get it, and it's going to be point, Leslie County. And I believe
Curry is thinking about calling a timeout. Nope.
8-4. Knuckleball, and it's Napier ends up playing it. Johnson across, free ball, Purry Central. Back set to Sullivan. Short, and it's going to go out, and that's going to be point, Leslie County. And Coach Neese says, give me a timeout. 9-4, set number 5. Stay with us. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Welcome back to an atmosphere that you would enjoy if you were here. Betty Vaughn and I just get to do this, not for free. We do get paid a tremendous amount to do these volleyball games, but we love doing them. We'd probably do them for free. Betty Vaughn said it before, but we're here, Leslie County, after the timeout by Purry Central. It's 9-4 in set number 5, and Napier will continue to serve for Leslie County.
My only thing is I wish we just done more.
Yeah. And good timeout by Coach Neese.
Yep.
And that gets a point for Purry Central, 9-5, and they got to have a few right here as Asher will go back to serve.
But they like I said, they have to get it in.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Oh,
and that's what happens.
And that's going to be a point for Purry Central.
And honestly, you do not see Leslie do that very often.
Sizemore tried to draw it back in, was unable to do so. So good timeout by Coach Neese. And that's going to go short, and that's going to be 10-6 Leslie County. Thank you once again for tuning in on Hometown 24. Just a reminder, our next volleyball game will be at Knott County Central, Hazard Knott Central on the 15th. Campbell,
nice
short, Asher. That was a really nice in-system play.
Yes. That's what you have to do. You have to use that person that's going to give you a chance to score.
And Asher definitely scored that point. 10-7,
yes, she did.
Campbell to serve. Johnson hits it in the deep corner, and that is out as Purry Central draws within 2 at 10-8. Thank you once again to the Leslie County administration for allowing us to do this volleyball game tonight. Oh, and that's going to go right. Scores a point for Leslie County.
It is 11-8 Leslie.
Begley to serve. Goes down the middle to Asher. Campbell. Hochstaler on 2. All the way to nicely across. It was deflected. Goes back to Johnson off the double block. It's going to go out of bounds. Point Leslie County, 12-8.
Hey, 17 did a good job. I just don't think she's had that many balls hit that hard at her.
No.
The more balls, no, but honestly, the more she has,
Yeah.
she'll begin to play that ball.
Asher McGraney goes all the way back. Cut shot to the deep corner. Back set. Sizemore in the corner, and it's going to go down 13-8. And Coach Neese says, I need another timeout at 13-8 in set number 5. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Welcome back, and Prairie Central with a timeout, 13-8. You know, a lot of youth on this Prairie Central team, and
it is.
And you know, they lost three of their best players last year, so it's going to take a little while with new coaching. They're doing well, and that's going to be in, and that will lead to match point number 1 for Leslie County at 14-8.
So this 25 is only a freshman. She's just got to be more agile back there in the back and go after the ball.
Just got to go
yeah,
get it.
She's just got to go.
Campbell, bump set goes, and McGraney. Oh, nice play that time. Going to be a free ball for Prairie Central. Davis
where they need to get
goes back to Davis, and it's going to be the hit you're talking about, Betty Vaughn. Point, Prairie Central. They stay alive. Be match point number 2 coming up.
I like Davis. She hits the ball well. And you're right. Prairie has a bright future ahead of them if they continue to progress like they are.
Bagley, Napier. That's over the top, and that's going to be the match at 15-9. And Betty Vaughn, an outstanding volleyball game by both teams. Hated for Prairie Central to lose that one.
Yeah, it was a very good fought 5 games.
And you know, a lot of them will take from this. And our Alice Lloyd College player of the game will be number 3, Royce Osborne for Leslie County.
And we're going to give it to her just because she plays well all the way around the court. Now, I like that she's an older player, but she's always, you can tell her trying to get her teammates pumped up, encourage them to play.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
And, you know, that showed a whole lot of Leslie County. You know, they were down. They were down just by their body language,
right,
but they were able to overcome, and that's a sign of a really good team to overcome that.
Exactly.
Also, got to give credit to Prairie Central, down 2-1 here at Leslie County. They come back. So that says a whole lot about Prairie County Central.
And they're a young team, so they're going to, they're going to grow together and get better throughout the year.
And, you know, like I said, come to Leslie County to watch a volleyball game, you better be prepared to enjoy it. It's going to be a great one. Final thoughts, Betty Vaughn.
Very enjoyable. Like we play, 15th, where it's at Leslie and at Knott.
Hazard
at Knott. That should be my understanding is Hazard's playing good ball right now. So.
And looking forward to seeing Hazard and Coach Mitchell, who came over to the media days and stuff, and looking forward to doing that. Looking forward to see how Knott County, after going to Owensboro, how they will react.
Right.
Also, a reminder that Friday night we will be at Prairie County Central, as Letcher County Central will be facing Prairie Central in a big game for Prairie Central and Letcher Central. Looking forward to good weather Friday night instead of what we had last Friday night. So with that being said, thank you once again to the Leslie County administration and everybody that allowed us to do it. Thank you for the Hometown 24 group, Stephen and Greg.
Yeah,
thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Betty Vaughn. Good. Hopefully the good Lord will get us everybody home safe and sound, and we'll see you next time on Hometown 24. So good night.
Good times, good food, and good people at the Goal Line Bar and Grill. Come try their daily lunch specials as well as the best steak in Hazard as voted by the people. Looking for something fun to do? Hit up the tables and the dartboard. Also, trivia night every Tuesday evening. Goal Line has all your favorite big sports events on the big screen. There's something for everyone at Goal Line. Goal Line Bar and Grill in